Welcome to another Pneuma of Now podcast with Richard. It is November 16th and my water bill is due. I just hate when the 15th falls on the weekend. So now, I got the late fees and all that crap. And it's not even because I forgot. It's just 15th was yesterday. Anyways, having a very charged morning. I woke up standing as mountain. I got up early and then went back to sleep and had some dreams. So I've had a little bit of dreamscape in my consciousness this morning. Had my coffee. I'm feeling good. I've been breathing deeply. I've been reading some articles and charting out my day with my notes and my accomplishments, that when I go to bed tonight, I will be able to say I have accomplished these items. So, welcoming you to the experience that is me prescribing myself some self-talk as a mechanism of brain mapping. And a lot of what we're doing here is just an example for you, and maybe an encouragement for you to take up the mantle of charting your day with journals, charting your mood, tracking your dollar bills, tracking your levels of generosity and integrity, setting goals and accomplishments, reading and listening to enlightened men and women all over this fine planet. I gained so much inspiration from the organic growth of a woke community. Everybody has their own perspectives, and the rabbit hole is basically never ending. And as we collapse in on our own upgrades, it's just, don't be surprised when another door opens that's just mess with you for a minute. So I'm ingesting some new information, some really dense information, really well articulated articles, and I'm taking notes because I'm kind of in a new sphere. So that's all really good stuff. I always encourage people to have a book on hand, your favorite bloggers, podcasters. If you're trying to shift from a low energy state into a high energy state and a high performance mindset, you need some support and you need some go-to resources. So there's plenty of them out there. I'm not going to recommend anything specific at this point other than me, myself, and I. And, as an example of this self-talk prescription, I let my mind flow and I follow the currents that are moving in the background of these conversations. So you never really know exactly where we're going to go. But for now, I just want to stress the importance that everybody has a notepad of personal development, self-actualization principles, prosperity mindset, abundance, just general encouragement, some of your favorite quotes. I recommend you journal by hand, pen and paper. I recommend the blue pen. There's a trick to the blue pen that allows the movements and the colors to go from head to heart to hand, back to head. And, we create a feedback loop of forward momentum. We take the long view of the moments we call a lifetime. So finding a mechanism that works for you to archive your daily journey, even if it starts off small, where you just write a half-page paragraph, maybe after dinner, to recall your accomplishments for the day, to acknowledge that you did accomplish some goals, and then to contemplate items that you could have met differently Maybe a certain circumstance posed an emotional challenge, or you were triggered, or you were annoyed. You fell out of flow state. So this idea of flow state, where things come to us effortlessly and easily, where we're moving about our world and responding to the stimulus with an increased layer of consciousness, bringing extra aware to the table. So yeah, I spent the first hour just mapping out my day, and I have some goals here, and I think I can accomplish most of these. Some of them will require me to overcome a certain layer of resistance than others. But yeah, I've got my Monday planned out pretty well. And if I can actualize this short list of SMART goals for the day, I can rest easy. I can surrender that I have shown up for myself, and I have shown up for the world on this particular day. So, yeah, I just want to welcome everybody to this conversation and talk about charge. We've been talking about charge over the course of these discussions, and I'm going to have another reading for you. So we have talked about the charged life, the caged life, the comfortable life. So right now we're just going to meet the chargers. We're not going to worry about those other two just yet because I've already covered them briefly. So when you discover yourself living a charged life, you notice an even, confident, buoyant, and sustained energy about yourself. You have high energy, complete engagement in your endeavors, and a palpable enthusiasm about your life and future. I forgot to mention this is from the book The Charge, Activating the 10 Human Drives That Make You Feel Alive by Brendan Burchard, or Burchard, not sure. So it goes on. Some people suggest that not everyone can have this kind of life, but why not? Chargers, the name I give to those living a charged life, are not born with some kind of lightning bolt on their heads. They are not different from anyone else, you or me. If there is a difference, it's that they act and perceive the world and themselves differently. Few of them blame their childhoods for their adult choices or challenges. They don't harbor a lot of resentment or attachment to the past. They don't seem to be distracted in the present, and they don't fear the future or the inevitable obstacles that life throws at them. In this way, they indeed seem different from others. But it's not the lack of attachment to fear or the negative aspects of life that make chargers so fascinating and empowered. Rather, it's their ability to exude a grounded, positive, and even energy, engagement, and enthusiasm in life, regardless of the situation they find themselves in. This isn't always easy. One thing I hear over and over from those living a charged life is how consistently they practice being conscious of their reactions and realities. They work for their charge, and they know they have to. Chargers don't think their internal charges are a gifted or set mindset or a permanent personality. And they're right. Neuroscientists have written that the adult brain and personality are not set, but rather continue to grow and mature based on new ideas, experiences, and conditioning. This is hopeful news for anyone who believes his brain or personality prevents him from having a charged life. Chargers, it turns out, are incredibly attentive to their internal and external realities, and they work hard to have the traits everyone might assume they readily have. Here are the 7 most common attributes of chargers that I've discovered. Number 1, chargers are open and observant in the moment. Informed about but not confined by the past, chargers are aware and accepting of the present moment. They tend to engage with great curiosity, spontaneity, and flexibility in the world unfolding around them. They do not rush to judge what things mean or bind themselves closely with an assumption of how things should turn out. With this full palette of perception, they tend to be more patient, more tolerant, more receptive of whatever comes their way, and more creative in how they understand a situation. They feel that the journey is just as important as the destination, so they seek to immerse themselves fully engaged in the now. Number 2, chargers are future-oriented. For all their ability to be present in the moment, chargers also have grand visions and ambitions. They have richly detailed visions of the future and actively seek to make those visions realities. Chargers are optimistic about the future, and that optimism works like a magnet, drawing that desired future to them. They are genuinely enthusiastic about their envisioned futures and feel empowered to take the steps necessary to turn their dreams into realities. They see problems in the present as solvable, and so they endeavor to solve them and make the future world a better place. Number 3, chargers are challenge seekers. Much of the excitement for life that chargers experience comes from their active pursuit of novel challenges. As you will learn in the coming chapters, novel challenge is like brain candy, activating the pleasure centers and hormones of the brain. Those with charged lives want to stretch, express, and realize themselves, and they know that this cannot come about without challenge. Chargers are ready for whatever life throws at them because they believe that they can rise to the demand of any situation. This allows them to enjoy and even be playful amid the uncertain, tumultuous process of growth. Number 4, chargers are deeply interested in and authentically connect with others. Simply put, chargers love people. They have a deep sense of curiosity and respect for others. They ask a lot of questions and genuinely listen to the dreams, fears, and daily realities of others. They are not merely social butterflies, breezy in their interactions with others. Quite the contrary, they tend to focus intently on others, and they have authentic interactions with people and deep, meaningful relationships with their friends and families. While they are generally seen as more outgoing or extroverted than other people, they are thoughtful conversationalists and have few superficial relationships. They see each relationship in life as an opportunity for connecting, learning, growing, and sharing a piece of themselves. Chargers say the relationships they have with others are often the most important things in their lives. Relationships are seen as the key vehicle to engaging in and enjoying life. Number 5, chargers are self-reliant. Despite their drive to connect with others, chargers are extremely independent and resourceful. They march to their own drummers. They welcome company on their journeys, but not to the extent that they are willing to divert their paths. They do not feel responsible for making everyone around them happy if it means compromising their own values. For this, they're often seen unfairly as stubborn or self-minded mavericks. But the reality is that they are simply brave enough to chart their own courses and confident enough on their journeys to try new ideas and even to fail and figure things out for themselves. Number 6, chargers are creatively driven. Creative expression is a big part of chargers' lives. They tend to choose jobs, careers, projects, causes, and opportunities based on whether they feel they can be creative and expressive. Thus, in any given situation, chargers tend to be the creators, artists, designers, storytellers, and thought leaders. They actively engage their creative sides and tune into their own unique expressive perspectives. Thus, their expressive talents tend to make them stand out. They also tend to be unapologetic for their styles or perspectives, instead taking pride in their boldness and their commitment to sharing their works. Number 7, chargers are meaning makers. Chargers have a deep respect for the meaning that imbues each day and an equally deep desire to create meaningful moments in their lives. By looking for significant meaning in their lives, chargers are able to avoid getting bogged down in the details that tend to draw other people up short. Chargers have a full appreciation for the big picture. Their lives are spent striving to achieve worthy goals that tie to their passions and life's purposes. They know, as Viktor Frankl taught us, that man's real search is for a meaningful existence. Through this understanding, chargers have a high facility for consciously determining what things mean, with a tendency to positively interpret both their struggles and successes in life. Chargers also try to create meaningful moments and memories with others, often surprising others with gifts, unique experiences, or simply kind words of love, admiration, or appreciation. Reading these descriptions of chargers might make it seem as if chargers had some unique gift or were always this way. But again, those living charged lives will often tell you that they once had caged or comfortable lives. The transformation in their lives happens when they decided to transform themselves. They felt a desire to have more life in their lives, and then they worked towards achieving that desire. In the same way, you too can become more fully charged in life by your own conscious choice and consistent action. But how shall you begin? Yeah, it's just really wonderful stuff. I'm checking my timestamp here. Okay. Well, I'm going to close this out and keep it under 20 minutes for today. But I love you all. I take full responsibility for acknowledging the infinite wisdom within you, the infinite beauty. And I just encourage you to get into the heart today and to give yourself permission to rise and shine. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Peace profound in the Pneuma of now.